Hello, my name is Ellen Collada, and in order to best prepare for my future teacher interviews, I have prepared this portfolio. So welcome to my website. It can be found at ecollada.weebly.com. So here on the home page, you will see a photo from Italy, first and foremost of a school that I visited while I studied abroad. I really enjoyed their teaching philosophy and all that they had to offer their students. If you continue down the page, you'll see my headshot with a little bit of my background and who I am. So this will tell my prospective audience and employers who I am, where I'm from, that I have a degree in early childhood education, and what exactly this portfolio will entail. At the very bottom of my first homepage, I have a resume, the link to my Handshake account, an email address, and my LinkedIn page, all of which are attachable links, and they open in a new window when clicked on. So if we click on resume, it will open in a Google Doc, and this resume shows all of my previous experience working and as a student and places that I've interned, and my honors and activities as well as my education. Clicking back over, I have, like I said, my Handshake will open up to my account if anyone would like to email me with any further questions, or my LinkedIn page, which also shows my work experience. Moving back up to the top, the next tab is my teaching philosophy. So here you will be able to click on my full teaching philosophy and all that the paper itself has to offer. But if they don't have time to read that, then I have a few quotes that I've taken right here from the philosophy itself that I have written. With each quote, there's also an example of how this would relate in an early childhood setting. Once we scroll down past the philosophy, I also included that I've studied abroad in Italy. Studying abroad in Bologna has helped me to cultivate this philosophy, and I found it was very important for me to include this in here, just so that people know what kind of background I have and the gusto that I am willing to put into all of my teaching and furthering my knowledge. Going back up to the top, my professional experiences are next. These have to do with my school experiences. So currently, I'm in an early childhood setting at the LSU Lab Preschool. And with that being said, I'm in a pre-kindergarten classroom where we are working on our sight words and have started the early reading processes. I've also had experience in a first grade classroom at Tanglewood Elementary, and then second grade classroom at Magnolia Woods Elementary. Within each of these placements, I've gotten to design various lesson plans with hands-on or direct instruction, so I've had experience with both. And then I've also been at West Hill Heights Academic Magnet in a kindergarten setting. Within this setting, I focused a lot of my time on research and how to help increase students' numerical and phonological awareness. Moving on to my work experience, I have worked at Cub Corner Preschool seasonally since the summer of 2014, and within this setting, I have been practicing what it means to be a teacher and how to best cultivate students' learning in the daycare setting. Scrolling back to the top, I've continued my education through the Undergraduate Distinguished Scholars Program. Within this program, I have conducted research and attended many seminars on the students' ability to recognize their numbers and quantities And we use multisensory intervention in order to heighten the student's ability to both recognize their numbers and quantify them. If you'd like to read the poster that I presented at LSU Discovery Day, you can click right here on this link to see it up close and personal, and you can read it in an easier light. Going back to our continuing education, I am also a member of the LSU Distinguished Communicators Program at LSU. In this program in particular, I've taken coursework that have highlighted my communication skills in the modes of visual, spoken, written, and technological. So within all of those fields, I've practiced my communication through my coursework, presenting research, talking with peers and teachers. And then if you would like to look at this infographic that I made in order to advocate for classroom observations and to help people understand why we have classroom observations, you can also click this link below and it should open in a new tab for you so that you can read it more closely. Continuing, I'm also a member of the Associated Professional Educators of Louisiana, also known as APEL. As a member of this organization, I had the opportunity to attend a summer conference in 2016. Although I was only a sophomore in college at the time, I learned a lot from going and attending this conference, and it helped me to understand why teachers further their education. I got to meet a bunch of principals and teachers from around the state, and also attend professional development workshops in order to gain better classroom management tools and such. Scrolling back up to the top, my last tab is leadership and service. So not only am I an educator, but I also have other responsibilities. So my first organization is Delta Gamma Fraternity. Within this organization, I've held leadership positions such as Director of Social Awareness and Director of Points, and I also serve regularly by volunteering in the Baton Rouge community. So within each of these pictures, you can see that I've attended conferences with them. I have helped prepare girls by providing self-defense classes through Delta Gamma, and I've served through the Big Buddy program with them, or at St. James Assisted Living, where we've arranged flowers for the local citizens there. Also attending LSVI, the Louisiana School for the Visually Impaired, is a huge privilege, and I'm fortunate enough to have gotten to know some of the kids that attend school there, and we've become really close friends through volunteering there. My next volunteer adventure is with Christ the King Catholic Church on LSU's community. I work closely with this church on campus since freshman year. I've been involved in small groups, I've led some small groups, and I've also worked their semesterly retreat at least 3 or 4 times. And so I have had plenty of leadership experience, but I've also known when to just sit back and listen to what others have to say and what they have to contribute to the conversation. Next is the Engaged Citizens program. This is a great way that as an LSU student, someone could get involved, and I had made the choice to get involved. So the objective of this program is to commit your time and ability to volunteering in the community. Not only have I had the privilege of volunteering here in Baton Rouge, but I also was able to go to the Dominican Republic to work with community members there and see a whole different culture and what it means to volunteer internationally. I've volunteered in New Orleans, and I've volunteered at the Knock Knock Children's Museum or at Companion Animal Alliance, walking the puppies and allowing them the freedom to just roam around outside for a little bit. Lastly, I am a member of the Association for the Educators of Young Children. So within AUYC, I have formed professional relationships with other educators, and I've volunteered at the Knock Knock Children's Museum. This service opportunity has helped me truly to connect with the community, the families, and the children involved, as well as like-minded people who also understand the value and importance of play within early childhood education. So, all of these things that I have just mentioned and talked about within my portfolio will help me to better interview with other teachers and with potential employers, whether I'm going to grad school or interviewing. This portfolio truly showcases who I am as a person and what I believe about teaching and how I can best help the community. I look forward to presenting it in interviews and having future discussions with employers about what they think my talents and abilities will bring to the table for their schools. Thank you.